You think being a god is easy? You imagine unlimited power, nymphs feeding you grapes, and eternal respect. Think again. You open your eyes, and there's a problem. You're Poseidon, king of the seas, owner of 71% of Earth's surface, and your wife, Amphitrite, is poking you hard enough to sink the Titanic. There are algae in the coral garden again, she says. That tone that makes it crystal clear this is somehow your fault. You could devastate civilizations with a snap of your fingers, but what do you want right now? 5 minutes? Just 5 more minutes of sleep? Not happening, because besides the algae, the striking nereids, and the busted pipe, today is the day of the Grand Olympus dinner. And you know, every time Zeus calls one of these dinners, either someone dies or you get screwed over. But we'll get there, because first, you've got an entire ocean to manage. You drag yourself out of the shellbed, gorgeous, but ergonomically a nightmare, and float to the polished water mirror. The reflection, tangled seaweed hair, beard with chunks of coral stuck in it, and the face of someone who rules the world but can't rule his own schedule. I'm watching from here, and it's hilarious. While Zeus wakes up to celestial harps and warm ambrosia on Mount Olympus, you wake up to a to-do list and the smell of sour brine. You try to make yourself presentable, but it's hard to look majestic when you've got a sea anemone stuck to your shoulder. The tritons serving breakfast are shaking like leaves. They won't look you in the eye. They know what you did yesterday. 3 merchant ships sunk. Reason? A sailor had the brilliant idea of throwing a plastic bottle into your Aegean. Was it disproportionate? Maybe. Was it satisfying? Absolutely. You chew raw oysters while replaying the screams. Good times, but the peace doesn't last. From across the table, Amphitrite makes that face, the "we need to talk" face. You've been married for millennia. This conversation is never good. It's always about you working too much, or about the nymphs, or about that time with Medusa who turned into a monster, as if her monstrous transformation was your fault. Spoiler, everyone thinks it was. You look away, pretending to be very busy choosing which trident to use today. The first meeting of the day is with the dolphins. Yes, you hold meetings with dolphins. They show up in a group making those annoying sounds, talking about fishing nets and pollution killing the coral. You nod, pretend to listen, but your mind is seething with jealousy. Zeus has marble temples, celestial air conditioning, and worshippers offering gold. You? Constant humidity, salt corroding everything, and complaining fish. He's the king of the gods. You? The forgotten wet brother. Speaking of freeloading brothers, if you also think Poseidon deserves more respect than Zeus, drop a like right now. Let's see if we can get more likes than lightning bolts today. You finally dismiss the dolphins and head to the North Atlantic. Storm report came in, technically your problem. You surface with your trident, which has a bent prong by the way. The freezing water is a relief, but then you see it. Trash. Oil. Plastic everywhere. If I were you, I'd have hit the reset button on humanity ages ago, but you've got this foolish hope they'll improve. The storm is forming. Dark clouds, chaotic energy, beautiful actually, and right below, a giant cruise ship. One of those monsters that dumps sewage straight into your home. You could calm the sea, be the good guy hero, but you decide to let it ride. Just a little scare. You balance the boat real good. That breakfast buffet is definitely coming back up for about 200 tourists. It's your small, daily pleasure. Poetic justice served with 20-foot waves. On the way back, you pass by the Kraken's cave. The creature sleeps like a baby, snoring giant bubbles. You look at it fondly. The Kraken is simple. Release it. It destroys stuff. You put it back. No drama, no meetings. Why can't your marriage be as simple as managing an apocalyptic sea monster? Getting home. Chaos. Your son Triton is having a 5,000-year-old existential crisis. Dad, I need to find my own path. I don't want to organize ocean currents. At his age, you were killing titans. But today's generation wants to find themselves. You take a deep breath and decide this is Amphitrite's battle. You lock yourself in the office. The next 3 hours are pure bureaucracy. Sirens complaining about sonar. Crabs wanting to unionize. You're an Olympian god. You fought in the Titanomachy. Why are you listening to labor demands from crustaceans? Where did your life go so wrong? But finally it arrives, the moment you've been dreading all day. Message from Zeus, floating in front of you in pompous golden letters. Come to Olympus immediately. Urgent family matters. You know your brother too well. This is crystal clear code for, I screwed up big time and need you to clean up my mess again. You ascend to Olympus with the enthusiasm of someone going to the dentist. The throne room is ridiculously bright. Gold, marble, divine light. The full cast. Hera wanting to strangle Zeus. Athena being a know-it-all. Ares picking fights, Aphrodite being the center of attention, and there sits Zeus on the bigger throne. Brother, what joy! Last time he used that tone, you sank an entire Persian fleet for free. The dinner is the expected circus. Nectar, ambrosia, inflated egos, conversations about wars, gossip about nymphs, immortal inside jokes. But at dessert, Zeus clears his throat. Everyone goes silent, and he drops the bomb. Offerings are declining, temples abandoned. We need to get more involved. I want new temples, public miracles, engagement. You almost spit out your nectar. Get more involved? You spend all day cleaning up their trash in the ocean. You hold back tides, prevent tsunamis, keep currents running. While Zeus has fun turning into a swan to seduce princesses, you keep the planet alive. But no one's going to argue. Zeus is the CEO of this failed company called Olympus. Questioning him is asking to become a houseplant. The meeting ends with a fake speech about united family. You run down the mountain. You need the salt, the pressure. When your feet touch the sea, relief. You dive deep, very deep, where there's no Zeus, no Amphitrite, no bureaucracy, just you and the blue darkness. But peace lasts seconds. Disturbance in the water. Ship sinking near Italy. Natural storm, nothing to do with you. The sailors scream. Mental checklist. Did they pray to you? No. Offerings? No. Altar at their port? No. Logic says, let it sink. But you go anyway. You calm the waves, guide the boat to safety, save 23 lives that will never know they were saved by a god. Zeus wouldn't do this. He'd be too busy being majestic. You do it because someone needs to be the adult in this dysfunctional family of immortals. Back at the palace, early morning, Amphitrite sleeps in the shell bed or pretends to sleep to avoid another conversation. Whatever. You lie down next to her, feeling every uncomfortable shell, pressing into your divine back. Trillions of gallons of water above your head, all the ocean's power in your hands. And the only thing going through your immortal mind is, tomorrow there's more. More useless meetings, more algae in the garden, more family drama. You're immortal, and this isn't a divine blessing. It's a life sentence with no chance of parole. You close your eyes. The eternal rhythmic sound of ocean currents slowly rocks you to sleep. And tomorrow, it all starts again. If you felt exhausted just watching a god's exhausting routine, imagine having to edit all this.